Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today's topic is going to be the chronic pain equation. So we're going to do a little math here. Not really, but sort of. Before I get into that, let's enjoy the birds. Breathe in some peace. Exhale the stress. Breathe in the calm. Exhale the static and chaos. Breathe in the feel good. Exhale the feel bad. So, the chronic pain equation goes like this. P plus F plus A equals CP. What am I talking about? Pain plus fear plus attention equals chronic pain. And what I mean by that is, if you have pain start and you have a lot of fear around it and you give it a lot of attention, those two things fuel what I consider persistent pain or chronic pain. Right? And it almost doesn't matter whether it's a true injury that started the pain or whether or not it started through a mind-body stress-induced process, right? Because even with a true injury, if you have a lot of fear that it won't heal right and you focus on it all the time and you're really freaked out about the symptoms and the pain from the injury, oftentimes we can turn an injury that should have healed in 6 to 8 weeks and turn that pain into persistent pain. The example I will use is a coaching client I just spoke to who was very hypervigilant, a very hyperactive nervous system, stubbed his toe, did not break it, had the x-rays, and it took 8 months for that pain to subside. And it only subsided once he kind of confronted himself and says, I've had enough, there's nothing wrong with my toe. And he dialed down the fear and he shifted his attention away from it. He stopped babying his foot and his toe. So, fear plus attention is what takes pain and makes it chronic. Simple, right? And the good news is, we know the equation for getting rid of chronic pain. So if you take chronic pain minus and subtract out the fear, minus the attention and focus on it, you get no chronic pain. And the pain can even go away completely. So it's simple. We know the route into chronic or persistent pain. Fear and attention about our pain or symptoms can make it persistent and cause it to stick around. Now it does it through the mechanism of neuroplasticity, how the brain learns and wires things. And you've heard that neuroplasticity phrase, what wires together, or what fires together wires together. So fear and attention says, I'm really freaked out about this, and I'm thinking about it and staring at it all day long, and the brain goes, got it, that's important. And it connects those wires. And so if you want the wires to disconnect, we have to take away the two things that caused it to connect in the first place. So I would say take your attention away from the pain. But if you're terrified of it and you're freaking out about it, are you going to be able to take your eyes away? Not really. So what do? We need to dial down the fear first. Because once you're no longer afraid, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to shift your attention back towards your life and normal activities. So that begs the question, great Dan, but how the heck do I fear my symptoms less? Well, I've said many times, one of the best tools for dialing down your fear is accurate knowledge. Correct information, not the misinformation that you've been told in the Facebook support groups or by your doctor or by the image that is not proof of anything. We've got a lot of misinformation that creates the fear in the first place. But when you start to learn about the mind-body concept, the fact that most chronic pain is caused by stress, tension, emotional influences, chaos, fear, danger, right? When we recognize that our bodies are actually okay, and the accurate information is that I don't have a physical problem. I've actually got this thing called TMS, this mind-body syndrome, or too much stress. Then it's easier to dial down the fear because you can actually realize and do some assessments to identify and know for certainty that my body's fine, right? I didn't fall out of a tree, didn't get hit by a truck. My body is fine. And so when you know that, you can dial down the fear. Then once the fear is down, you can take your attention away from it. So when you take chronic pain minus the fear minus the attention equals no more pain. Why? Because you're instructing through your lack of attention and lack of fear that the brain doesn't need to keep those connections wired anymore. And so it is as simple as that. The equation is pretty basic. Pain plus fear and attention equals chronic pain. Fear from a general injury can last a long time if you freak out about it, have a lot of fear, and stare at it all day long and worry that it won't heal or recover. So, we know the way in. Let's use the way in to direct our way out. There's only one road in, one road out. So the road out is to dial down the fear through accurate knowledge, soothing, calming, reassuring yourself, reminding yourself consistently that you're better. That, along with accurate knowledge, is a way to calm down the fears. Once you've done that, you can start to pull your attention away from it because, well, if there's nothing wrong with me, why am I so worried about it? Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's painful. But you've done the research, you've connected the dots, and there's actually nothing broken, so no need to fear it, no need to focus on it. And when you do that consistently, minus the freakouts, don't freak out because that's fear. But when you can consistently keep the fear down, shift the focus away, guess what happens? Symptoms and pains go away. So as I sit here talking, I've been hearing in the woods a woodpecker. And of course, the moment I stop, he stops tapping on the tree. Such a cool place. So many animals and noises. Love it. So that's the chronic pain equation. Learn the equation and then start to work on dialing down the fear with accurate information, soothing, calming, reminding yourself of the accurate information, reduce the tension in your body by breathing and relaxing. Take your focus and shift it away from the symptoms back towards your life. Engage in living your life. I don't mean distract yourself. I mean get busy living your life. Make living your life more important than fixing your pain, because in the end, like I mentioned yesterday, the overall message is that you're not broken. There's nothing to fix. So I just wanted to dial a little bit deeper with this chronic pain equation so that you can sort of get a more concrete handle on the task ahead. Dial down the fear, shift your attention back to life. Eventually the brain will get the message that these neural pathways don't need to fire anymore and they can let go. And when that happens, there go the symptoms. Nobody ever got better by freaking out, but a lot of people get better by calming down. So, love you guys and gals. I appreciate your watching. If you need some additional help, check out painforyou.com. There's a link at the top for my course and the group coaching. It's the fastest way to get a little bit of extra direct help from me. But otherwise, keep watching the daily videos. Lots of people are getting better just watching them. So, love you, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.